1 Samuel 16. God commands the prophet Samuel to go to Bethlehem and anoint the next king of Israel. He arrives at Jesse's house, where Jesse presents his strong and tall sons, but God rejects them all. Instead, Samuel asks, "Do you have any other sons?" Jesse hesitantly calls for David, the youngest, who has been tending sheep. As David enters, God speaks to Samuel, saying, "Man looks at the outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart." Samuel anoints David, and the Spirit of the Lord comes upon him powerfully. Act 2. David and Goliath, the ultimate underdog story. 1 Samuel 17. For 40 days, Goliath mocks Israel. No one dares to face him except David. Armed with only a slingshot and 5 smooth stones, David declares, "You come against me with sword and spear, but I come against you in the name of the Lord Almighty." As Goliath charges, David launches a stone straight into his forehead. The giant falls. The Israelite army surges forward, defeating the Philistines. David, the shepherd, has become a hero. Act 3. The rise and fall of a king. 1 Samuel 18 to 2 Samuel 11. David becomes King Saul's greatest warrior, winning battle after battle. The people sing, "Saul has slain his thousands, but David his tens of thousands." Furious with jealousy, Saul plots to kill David, forcing him into years of exile. But in time, Saul perishes in battle, and David becomes king. He rules with justice, brings the Ark of the Covenant to Jerusalem, and unites Israel. However, power tempts even the greatest men. One evening from his palace rooftop, David sees Bathsheba, the wife of Uriah, bathing. Consumed by desire, he summons her, leading to an affair. When she becomes pregnant, David orchestrates Uriah's death to cover up his sin, but God sees everything. Act 4. Redemption and Legacy. 2 Samuel 12 to 1 Kings 2. The prophet Nathan boldly tells David a parable about a rich man stealing from the poor. When David condemns the man, Nathan declares, "You are that man." Overcome with guilt, David repents. Though God forgives him, David's kingdom faces turmoil. His own son Absalom rebels, forcing David to flee. But in the end, David's forces triumph, and he returns to the throne. In his final days, David appoints Solomon as king, instructing him to walk in God's ways. Solomon will go on to build the great temple of God. Conclusion: a king after God's own heart. David's story is one of faith, courage, triumph, failure, and redemption. He was not perfect, but his heart remained devoted to God. His legacy lives on, as Jesus Christ himself would one day come from the line of David. If you love this journey through the life of David, don't forget to like and subscribe. Let us know in the comments, what part of David's story inspires you the most?